Welcome to my new video. Today I will tell you how coronations in Byzantine Empire are taking place. So, when we start, there were many traditions which transformed by the time. The traditions for the coronation originates from the Roman Empire. During the first years of the empire, the emperors used to wear clothing in a purple, which symbolized wealth. Starting with Claudius, the accession to the throne was also followed by issuing donativum, that was a reward for soldiers for loyalty and their support. Then, after a longer time, in year 306, Constantine the Great coronated himself with a diadem, which was Near Eastern tradition, and the diadem since then used to be crown. But those still weren't coronations. The first coronation that we can see is acclamation of Julian in year 361, where soldiers raised the emperor on a shield and proclaimed him Augustus and crowned him with a diadem. Tradition of raising the leader on a shield comes from the Germanic people. This tradition was also carried mainly by military usurpers. When we move to the Byzantine Empire, the coronation of Leo I the Thracian, Leo II, Anastasius I, Justin I, and Justinian I are described by Emperor Constantine VII Porphyrogenestos in Decremonis. If you would like to see that book, it has almost 900 pages and it is only in Latin, but I will put the link in the description. In early times and middle times, the emperors were coronated in the Hippodrome of Constantinople. There, the emperors were raised to the throne, where they were elected by the Senate and the army. Also, the emperors had the right to select their own co-emperors. For example, the coronation of Leo I happened outside of the city walls in Campus Martius. Leo then mounted tribunal and was crowned. The standards were raised and he was acclaimed by the soldiers as a god crowned Augustus. Then the officials came to pay homage according to their rank, and official addressed to the troops on behalf of the emperor donativum. Then the Senate ratified his nomination and gave him the crown. On this coronation was also present Patriarch of Constantinople, Anatolius, but he didn't have any role like his successors will have. Then Leo went to the Hagia Sophia, where he placed the crown on an altar. As he left, the Patriarch placed the crown on his head. After this coronation, almost all coronations happened in the Hippodrome, except coronation of Justinian I. After time, the coronations moved to churches, mainly to Hagia Sophia. This happened around 7th to 12th centuries. Also, at this time, the raising on a shield was abandoned. Also, the emperors proceeded through the Great Palace and the Senate. When we move back to the church, the deacon recited litany. The Patriarch silently prayed. The emperor was after that dressed in a special clothing. After that, the Patriarch prayed above the crown. In the case of co-emperor's coronation, the emperor crowned them. in the late period, in 13th to 15th centuries, there is a new tradition of anointing, which is a ritual act of pouring aromatic oil over a person's head or entire body, and also the tradition of raising on a shield has returned. The last coronation of Emperor of Byzantine happened on the 6th of January 1449, and it was also an exception because the last Roman emperor wasn't coronated in Constantinople but in Mestria. This was the last exception due to fall of Constantinople in year 1453. Constantine XI died as a hero, protecting the empire until his death, and we can say that the empire fell with its last emperor. Also, the Russian coronations were heavily inspired by the coronation of Byzantine emperors, and the Russians also claimed to be the third Rome. Now, I will tell you something about the Byzantines' crowns. The Byzantines used mainly diadems, but they used some crowns. I think that they didn't use one crown for a long amount of time, because I couldn't find one crown, but I have found many of them. For example, the Hungarian's crown is highly inspired by the crown of Byzantine emperors. This is also the crown of Prince Alexios II, which I do think looks like the best crown, and it is also the most known Byzantine crown. So I thank you for listening me this long. You can give me like and subscribe, and I will see you at my next video. Goodbye.